nigga got married, broke up, shit didn't work out, and then he had to give $150 million of his money. And don't get me wrong, ladies, I know a lot of housewives sitting out there going, well, you can't put a price on what I do. But ladies, if you marry a man with $300 million, you ain't no regular housewife. You ain't got to clean the house no more. You get a maid. You ain't cleaning shit. You marry a man with $300 million, you ain't cooking no more. You eating out. You marry a man with $300 million, you know how a lot of housewives got to get jobs on the side to help make ends meet? He got $300 million, the ends are meeting like a motherfucker. What you gonna do, get a job at a boutique on the weekends and shit? He say, here, Johnny, I made $70, put that with the rest. Now we have $300 million and $70. Because I want to do my share. No.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tunji's podcast. I am your host, Tunji Taylor Lewis. Y'all, I'm a little bit pissed right now. Lakers had their opening game and they lost. So, obviously, as you know, I don't like it to lose. I especially don't like it when one of my favorite teams lose. So I'm a little bit pissed right now. But with that being said, I am really excited to talk about what I want to talk about because sorry if you hear keyboarding right now. I'm just trying to log into my Facebook because I had a few notes for what I wanted to talk about today. Really excited to get this out on the podcast. I guess I just had a really big realization of what motivates me and just a really big motivation of my DNA and just how my natural thought process works. So the backstory of it is I was watching that new Rhythm and Flow rap competition show on Netflix, and with my lady, and I was watching it and I became frustrated just because of how fake it was. It just seemed really not all the way fake, but certainly there was some predictable elements to it, you know what I mean, having the the sob story about the dude living in with his wife and his kid in their mother's house and all this stuff, and he's sort of struggling, and this would be his big opportunity at the beginning. And then you could just sort of see it coming, how they were going to make it all dramatic, but at the end of the day, he was going to pull through, and it was going to be this real heart-wrenching moment, that sort of stuff. The overproduction of it, it was very, traditional television, scripted stuff. And I became really frustrated by that because of just the lack of authenticity of it. And in thinking about that and observing how much that sorry about the pens clicking, by the way. I'm just fiddling with stuff right now. Sorry, yo. Just in thinking about how much that bothers me, especially in entertainment, I came to realize how much authenticity in a performance is very, very important to me. And then I just started to put down a list of my favorite influencers, my favorite entertainers, athletes, role models, stuff like that. My favorite influencers are, and I have it on Facebook right now. It's Will Smith, Eddie Murphy, Steve Harvey, Andrew Schultz, Charlamagne the God, TD Jakes, Amanda Seales, Gary Vaynerchuk, The 85 South Show, Odell Beckham Jr., and Kobe Bryant. Now, the biggest commonality between all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's actually 10. Wow, that's a great number. Hey, round number 10. The biggest commonality between all 10 of these influencers is that all of them are authentic. They are uncompromisingly authentic. They are their true selves. They're going to put their true selves forward. They don't care who they rub the wrong way. They're not looking to rub anybody the wrong way, but they're also not going to compromise in them being their true selves. And when I looked at it that way, I was just oh, that's why I connect with these people. And that's why, with certain influencers, I can see their talent. But if I can tell that they're being, inauthentic in like the content they're producing, or if I can tell that they, aren't really about, connecting with people, but they're more so about like selling a product, or, doing the quickest, cheapest thing in order to get a view or a like, that type of stuff really, really bothers me. And granted, I'm probably way more sensitive about that stuff than the average person, because I myself am a performer and a content creator. It's kind of like how, like, sports analysts have a bigger insight into like what athletes are thinking or feeling at any particular moment in time, because they've been in that situation before. It's the same thing with me. Like, I can just like tell, like, if a performer or if a content creator is kind of just like, not, I guess I guess just isn't showing their true self. You know what I mean? I guess I just see entertainment as an amazing way to connect. That's my motivation when I'm performing, is to connect with people. Like, that's, that's the amazing thing about it for me. I guess we could like go down the list. I've talked a lot of times about Will Smith, so I'm not going to talk about that guy anymore. But like, you think about, something like, Kobe Bryant, for example. Like, Kobe was a dude who for years everybody complained about how he shot the ball way too much, how he never passed. I just was reminded of the Lakers. Why did I remind myself of the Lakers? Because I'm pissed that they lost. But anyway, for years everybody was talking about how this dude, didn't pass enough, how he shot too much, how he was too reclusive, how he was too this, too that. People didn't like him, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But he remained true to himself, and at the end of the day, you have a career where you have 5 NBA championships, 2 NBA championship MVP, 1 regular season MVP, a bunch of all-star, a bunch of all-star appearances, a bunch of first all-NBA appearances, a bunch of, all-star, MVPs, 2 Olympic gold medals. Like, despite all of that stuff that people did not like about this guy, he remained true to himself, and he ended up, getting, rewarded for it. And obviously, the biggest commonality other than authenticity is the fact that all these people are really, really great at what they do. So, that's where, like, my hard work ethic comes in, is because I just want to be great. But partnered with that and pairing with that is the fact that, authenticity is just like very, very important to me. You want to talk about someone like Charlemagne the God, who I'm sure many of you know. Man, just out the gate, people did not like this guy, and people loved him or loved to hate him, because he would say the thing. He would say the thing, and like, that's definitely something that I've done throughout my life, is just say the thing that everybody's thinking, and then not understand why people are getting upset with me, because you're thinking it too. So why are you getting mad at me for saying it? Like, I didn't understand what the difference was, and he's still doing that to this day. Obviously, like, he's like grown and evolved, and he's not as mean as he once was, but still, that's something that's very, very present in the way that he creates content, and the way that he interviews. Is like, he asks the real questions and he makes the real statements, or he'll just express what he's genuinely thinking. And because of that, he's got 2 New York Times best-selling books. Right now he's leading the charge for removing the stigma of mental health amongst Black men. He's he's probably the most prolific radio personality in the world today. Like, the man's doing amazing things. TD Jakes, man. TD Jakes is somebody who's been a huge blessing in my life, and like, throughout his sermons, you can see him using like real life examples of like his very humble beginnings, and how hard it was for him to come up and become the big success that he is. Yeah, man, like, just authenticity is just so important for me. And so, I think that anytime I'm critical of an entertainer on my podcast, or just in life in general, I think that 9 times out of 10 it would come out of a frustration of them not being, authentic, or them not, putting out a piece of entertainment in order to connect, or with the intent to entertain, but it's with the intent of like, gaining, or it's the intent of like, gaining something for yourself first before doing something for people. Because I believe just, entertainment and comedy is a charitable act, and making sure that the people are entertained is the first priority before all the other stuff, and all of the money that you can get from it. So yeah, that's just my little piece about it today. Hope that makes sense. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out.